What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Keep It Hoop YouTube channel. So last night, Gonzaga and USC played, and it wasn't too good of a game. Gonzaga got out to an early lead, taking advantage of a lot of early turnovers by USC, and they never really looked back. But a lot of eyes were on that game, mainly because of Jalen Suggs and Evan Mobley, two guys who probably will be going top five in this year's NBA draft. Now, I've done videos on both of those guys before. If you haven't seen it yet, it should be under the NCAA breakdown playlist on my channel. But I mean, I'm high on both of these guys, as are pretty much every NBA scout. And I want to go over the game from last night, some of the moves they made, what they did well, what they didn't do well. So yeah, we'll get started. The first play we're going to look at right here, Evan Mobley seals this guy out, or I guess in, and gets the ball around the mid-range, right? Now, as we let this play run, I want you guys to keep in mind one thing, right? This isn't your guard. This isn't even a forward. This is most likely going to be your center, maybe power forward, but this is not, some guy who's 6 foot tall, around 7 foot tall, and just watch the footwork, right? Jab step, and then before he brings the left foot back down to avoid the travel, goes between the legs going left, right? Not an easy move to make, not an easy move to guard, especially if you are a big man. And then he's able to find, right? Not only have the vision, but also able to deliver an accurate pass to the big man for an easy dunk. Now, these are the kinds of plays that have scouts raving about Evan Mobley, right? He's already a great rim protector. He's a good help defender. He does need to add some muscle and get stronger and bigger, add to his frame if he wants to become an even better individual, post defender. But he's already shown the ability to get out and guard guards at times. So he has that kind of. I know the popular, I guess, comparison earlier on in the season was Bam Adebayo. He shows some flashes of that. I don't know if that's completely accurate, but there's some flashes of it. And then on offense, he does things like this, where again, a 7 footer being able to jab through the leg, draw the double team, and then deliver a really accurate pass is really insane for someone his size and really impressive play here. Now, part of me does wish he did things like this a bit more. I know in college it can be hard because you're playing under a system. You have plays being run a lot more than they are in the NBA. And you never want to try to do too much or, get caught trying to do too much or be selfish. But USC was obviously struggling. And I do wish he took a little bit more, or just a bit more aggressive in making plays like this because he is, so talented. A really nice post-up position by Mobley, rips the ball, uses a really nice spin move, and then really nice lefty finish. The one thing I will say that I wish that when he spins around right here, that instead of bringing the ball down, that he would keep it a little bit higher. Ideally, you have it around your neck with your elbows out so players can't kind of just rip and try to come for the steal because, he's looking for the steal, and it's a lot easier to, I mean, if you're big, right? If you're a big player, you want to keep the ball as high as possible. You don't want to bring it down. That's only a disadvantage. It allows smaller guards to come and just try to strip the ball. So that's the one thing I will say. But nitpicking there for the most part. It's still a really nice move and just being able to finish with that left hand. It's a pretty fundamental, simple play, but USC and Evan Mobley realizes that there are 4 Gonzaga defenders on the outside. So they want to post him up. He uses his body really well, right? Especially his hips and his arms to seal the defender out, gives his passer a really nice target, and then he's able to just go and get it, gets a nice dunk out of this. So again, fundamental, but you still love to see something like this on top of the plays like the one we saw before. So we talked about, some of the things he's done well. I do think that he needs to work on his shooting off the dribble. He's shown throughout the season that he has a pretty nice touch, and he's able to shoot off the pick and pop, or off the catch, but he does struggle a bit still shooting off the dribble. You see here, I think the form is fine, but it's not even close. And that's just going to come with rep and experience. I think he'll be fine because, again, he can make the catch and shoot shots. And he really has a nice floater, can't even shoot the three a bit. And then he has the low post game. So, if he can put this together, consistently being able to shoot off the dribble, that makes his driving ability, his post-up game, and everything else even more dangerous. There's another play where Evan Mobley showcases his passing, is under control, patient, finds his teammate right under the basket. I think for a big to be, under the basket like that, not panic, I think he kept his dribble long enough. And these are all things that young players, and especially big men who aren't used to being under pressure and then having the ball in their hands to make plays for other people, a lot of these guys struggle with. But he shows time and time again that, he knows when to keep his dribble. He knows to keep his head up. He doesn't pick up his dribble in weird places or put himself in a situation where he ends up traveling or anything. And again, the vision and ability to make the passes on target, really big. It's right here what I was talking about earlier, passes up the shot, really nice floater right here. And he seems to really like that floater, especially going right. At his height and size, he's going to be able to get it off consistently. You don't see a lot of big men coming out of college having a soft touch like that and just being able to hit that floater consistently. You can tell he's worked hard on it a lot. And it's a game, it's a move that's going to translate into the NBA day one. There's going to be a lot of athletes trying to block shots. And he's actually pretty good at getting to the free throw line. He got to the free throw line a decent amount in this game. But yeah, I mean, you add different dimensions to your game. The passing, the post moves, but then also the hook shot floater. Again, the versatility is just so impressive. This is a play though where it's a decent move to get to the basket, but again, you can see the weakness, just the inability to constantly go left. I think him going right hand there towards the defender hurt him because he couldn't get as clear of a look to get the shot off. Also, just needing to bulk up and get stronger. I think if he's stronger, he's able to push through that and get his shot off more cleanly and probably get that to go in. We'll take a look at Jalen Suggs, who actually almost had himself a triple-double. But a lot of these plays early on, they're going to be in transition, and he really excels there. You see here with the nice pass. Always has his head up, makes the right play, plays with good pace, but also, is always in control. And he's able to finish with both hands. Really nice lefty finish here, even with the contact. Transition play here, just showcasing his passing right on the money where the defender can't get it. Really nice pass. Another transition opportunity here, and he just makes a really nice pass, really just threads the needle. That's an NBA type pass right there. Jalen Suggs does really well is change pace, and I've talked about this before, but it's a skill that all guards must master, right? So comes around the screen, kind of wish he came around the screen a little bit tighter, right, closer to the screener, and maybe played this a bit more north-south instead of veering out to the side. But even then, it's a little bit more reasonable and understandable because what he does here changes his pace, right, slows down, looks the defender off a little bit. And what he's doing in this split second, he's surveying the floor, seeing if any of his teammates are wide open or if the defense has made any mistake. Once he realizes that the defenders are staying pretty much to their man, he keeps the ball, stays low, and just explodes and has a really nice finish. We see the basketball IQ here as well, right? USC is playing a zone. Jalen Suggs realizes that, and instead of just going out to the corner and camping out like another player might, he then finds the seams, right? Just goes right here in the middle. And if you guys don't know, against the zone, you want to attack the middle of the floor, right around that free throw line. He gets the ball there and ends up making or finding himself wide open for a floater. The good thing about that, again, it shows the basketball IQ. And then even if he doesn't get the shot here, right, if USC somehow ends up stopping this, you have a wide open shooter here. So the ability to play off the ball and then the IQ to know where to be, also a good sign. Now, this is one of the first plays in the second half. Really good out-of-bounds play drawn up by Mark Few, but also look at the patience, right? Jalen Suggs could have easily just opted to pass this, reads the defense. He ends up keeping it and then just gets his teammate a wide-open dunk. This play, Jalen Suggs ends up with a mismatch, a bigger guy on him, and instead of trying to get too fancy, trying to make a highlight play, ends up getting right into it, attacks the defender, and then again, the patience, really good pump fake, stays under control and knocks it down. The biggest thing I keep taking away from his game is just the patience and the poise he plays with. Then he caps it off here, showing his ability to get his own shot, end of shot clock, really tough three-point shot with a defender in his face. But yeah, I mean, if you guys couldn't tell, I'm really impressed with both of these guys. Evan Mobley has the ability to knock down the three-point shot as well as the mid-range shot. We didn't see too much of either thing in this game, but we've seen it earlier on in the season. He's able to get his own shot, has the post game, has a really nice floater, is able to pass really well for his size and position, is a really good defender already, especially at the rim. He can definitely work on being able to shoot off the dribble and getting bigger and stronger, and maybe even a bit more quicker laterally, but does already have a lot of the tools to be a solid, impactful player in the NBA day one. And with Jalen Suggs, I mean, I think he has it all, really. He's a point guard that is able to play in big games. He's shown some really clutch moments this year, has the jump shot, is able to shoot off the dribble, really high IQ, really poised and just patient. Good passer, plays with both good pace and explosiveness, but also without being reckless. I do think that his defense is questionable at times, and that's the side of the ball that I think will determine how great he can be. He's not the biggest guy, so I think it will be hard for him on some nights. But overall, I mean, I think both these guys have a really bright future and, should be going top 5 in the NBA draft this summer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll be back tomorrow with